Tabby.
And I'm Caitlin, and today we are discussing the second installment of the STEMinist novellas, Stuck With You by Ali Hazelwood.
So out of the three of these, I think we have decided this is probably our favorite one.
Yes.
The third one did about send me into a depressive spiral, so...
The thing is, the third one, it goes so hard until it doesn't.
It was so promising. It was so promising. And then it just crash landed so hard.
It's like Ali loves to just basically do the equivalent of stealing candy from a baby. Like,
oh my God.
She just loves to see our little eyes light up and then rip it away from us.
Just like, damn it. But this one was good. There were, a couple bones to pick with it, which, I mean, there always is at a very specific part of the book. But for the most part, it was cute.
Yes. Yeah, great for like what we normally have to complain about. What did you rate this one?
Well, I'm trying to remember what I rated the last one. I think it was pretty low.
Like a
6
point something.
So I gave it like a 7.18 out of 10.
You're always so specific.
I really liked it, but it's not like my favorite book on earth. It's 110 pages, I think. So there's not a lot that you can do in 110 pages, but I think she wrote a very cute story. The spicy, steamy scenes are always just absolutely cringy. I feel like there was some missed opportunities with it, but for the most part, it was fine.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I rated it a 7.3 out of 10 because it's, like cute, but short, so there's not a lot of substance. So, yeah.
Which may be good. If she'd gone longer, it could have gone worse.
Yes. No, I definitely think it was the perfect length for what it was. And 7.3 out of 10 on my universal scale.
Not too bad, Ali Hazelwood. Not too bad. So there's not a ton of characters in this book, like normal. There's our two main characters and then the best friend trio. So for this one, we have Sadie, Eric, and then Mara and Hannah, who we meet in every single one of these books. Sadie is such an interesting character. She's very smart. They're all very smart. They're all women in STEM. They're super, good at what they do. However, they each struggle with their own, I guess, sense of normalcy. And like with Sadie, hers is like getting over a former breakup, and it's really affected her and like her self-confidence. And that's really kind of what comes to play, I think, quite a bit in the book.
Yeah, because she was with this guy for like 10 years. That's a long time.
She has a lot of issues like trusting men. Yeah. And that's very evident in this short story.
And it's clear that like her relationship with that guy was not very passionate.
It was toxic.
Yeah.
It kind of sounded
and she was like, did I even actually really love him, basically? Because like she realized she wasn't super emotionally invested after the fact. And so I think that was like kind of jarring for her that she spent 10 years with this guy and then wasn't actually as in love with him as she thought.
Well, and like she was almost like, what's wrong with me that I don't, feel this way. And I think a lot of people kind of get into that rut where they're not with the right person. Like, well, it must be something I'm doing. And it's like, no.
Like, nope,
it's just not the right person.
Yeah, like it's not a match, and that's okay.
We'll try again.
Yeah, and I really love that this is going great for her so far with Eric. But I would say of the three main characters in this series, she is my favorite.
Same. She's very relatable.
Yes. Okay. So I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute and funny and superstitious. And you were like, okay, but like, do you think she actually just has OCD?
So the first time I read it, I was like, oh, that's so quirky and fun. And then I was reading it again. I was like, maybe she actually has like a disorder.
Yeah.
Because that sounds a lot like OCD.
Because I would say she's definitely obsessive about it. Like she was convinced that she had to do it. She had to get that croissant. And she's definitely compulsive because she actually does a thing. She actually wears the lavender underwear and gets her croissant that she doesn't like. So
I think she might have OCD.
It's possible. There are probably some other criteria, but yeah, she's got some symptoms for sure. But yeah, that's Sadie. And then we have Eric, who
so cute.
I love him. Okay, so I'm picturing like just the most like tall, handsome man, but like he's also got like dimples or something.
Yeah.
Really cute, you know, like he's like softened. Like he's big and curly, but like soft. She calls him Corporate Thor because he's big, muscly, Scandinavian guy in a suit. And she even put his name in her phone as Corporate Thor, which I thought was really funny. That's something I would do.
He like, okay, what I thought was very refreshing about his character is that a lot of the times in Ali Hazelwood novels, the man is for some reason just stunted when it comes to the bedroom. And he was not. And that was great because he's like, let me just walk you through everything. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And I'm going to tell you how good of a job you're doing. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Had me giggling and kicking my feet like, for real.
Stop it immediately. I'm in love with you.
And then also the part where she was like, okay, take 2. I'm going to get on top. And he was like, okay, yeah. And then he ate her out and she was like not expecting that.
And neither was I, and that was great.
I was like, oh my God, the perfect man. I mean, he's written by a woman, but yeah.
He was literally written by a woman. Yeah. I know. And like when he's like, you're doing such a good job, I was like, damn it.
I was like, goodbye. I actually am no longer on this planet.
That was really great for her.
Like Ali Hazelwood. So
you know what you're doing.
She's capable of writing good smut. And she actively chooses not to most of the time.
She does it on purpose.
How dare she? How dare she?
She's like, you know what? We've got a really good thing going. How can I ruin it? Let me tell you.
Because
she's going to have a panic attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Like, that really takes you out of it.
I was like, oh, damn. Okay. Like, we're just going to do this in the middle of this, I guess.
I was like, hey, we read to escape reality, Miss Hazelwood.
I was like, now I'm having a panic attack.
No, you shut up. I'm so scared right now.
I'm so fucking scared right now. No, and it's not even that I was having a panic attack. It's that I was given stress hives from embarrassment.
Mm-hmm. It was too real, and it made you like, just based on past experience, I've never had that exact situation happen, but it's like I have had unwanted panic attacks, and like I can imagine this too well, and I don't like it.
And like that is something that would probably keep me up at night for like the rest of my life.
Yeah, I simply would be like, we have to never see each other again.
I'm sorry, but lose my number. I'm actually fleeing the country.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have even tried again. I would have just been like, well, thank you for dinner.
Anyway.
And then, yeah, lastly, Mara and Hannah, their dynamic is so cute. There's a whole scene where, I mean, they're giving Sadie advice about Eric, but like they're fucking roasting Liam. And they're like, he's gonna buy your engagement ring from Costco. And I was just like, oh my God, leave the man alone.
Dude, they were. And like, I loved Liam too. I still think he was one of the cutest characters, but Eric just puts him to shame.
Yeah, Eric is like, he's Liam, but 10 times better.
It's like, I do love a tall, dark, and handsome, but I also love competency.
Oh my God, you know what? Eric is the only blonde male character we've ever been in love with.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, Peeta. I'm also in love with Peeta from the Hunger Games.
Personally can't relate, but I love that for you.
Were you Team Gale? Or just Team
No, I just didn't really care much for either of them. I did love Finnick, though.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think Katniss may have actually been better off alone, but
Yeah, it's like, after dealing with all of that trauma, I think the only solution is to like just live out the remainder of your life, just working on some self-reflection.
no, I get it. But also, you know what makes sense is the trauma bonding for sure. So I
But
get
is that
why.
healthy?
Yeah. No. But like,
No.
do they live in a world where they can be their healthiest
Yeah,
version of
that's fair. I
themselves?
guess like I've never lived in a dystopian society before, so
I think
yeah,
you
you're right.
you latch on to happiness and comfort where you can get it.
That's
Um
fair.
anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We should do the Hunger Games series though.
We should.
Okay.
Let
So
me just jot that down actually.
I did a rotation where I met like a pharmacist that works around here. And her aunt freaking wrote the Hunger Games. Her aunt is Suzanne Collins.
No shit.
Yeah. And I didn't know that. Vincent, I'm probably going to leave this in here because so Vincent is my cousin who was also in pharmacy school. And he was like, yeah, did you know Liz's aunt is Suzanne Collins? And I was like, shut the fuck up.
How lucky is that? I wish.
I know. I was like, are they close? And Vincent was like, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I
Well, can
hope
she
so.
ask? Can I meet her?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
those books are so fucking good.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
haven't read them in a long time.
I know. So we should do them on the podcast.
We should. Maybe, yeah. We'll look and see where we can squeeze those in.
Yeah. What are there? Three?
That
Yes,
sounds
I think
right.
there's three. Anyway, that's kind of all the characters. There's also, I guess, her boss, Gianna.
Gianna's a little nasty as hell. She's like, but you know what it probably was? Sabotage. And I'm like, damn it.
She's like, there's a sweetie. You think he likes you for you? Oh my God.
That's really embarrassing.
She's like, okay, well, I'll keep this between us. Anyway, she's not a supportive queen and we don't stand.
Don't stand, ruin a
But she
good
is a boss.
thing.
She's a boss lady.
But like I love her success.
This has taken a turn.
So some thoughts and concerns
Mhm.
that we had. Honestly, not a lot of concerns. There are a few big ones though. And you talked about this too. The croissant meet cute. That was great. However,
Mhm.
when she thought he didn't speak English and then went about it in possibly the worst way
Mhm.
possible, I died a
Yeah.
little bit. My
Like if I
soul.
genuinely thought that someone didn't speak English and they weren't understanding me, I would just be like, goodbye.
All right, well,
And then turn around.
I'll be not her being like, let me slow this down for you.
Yeah.
But throw in some hand gestures as well.
Mm-hmm.
Although that's on him though. And like I know he was just like taken aback by the beauty that is Sadie. But like throw her a bone, man, and at least like just acknowledge her existence.
Yeah, because she literally was saying thank you, and he was like, "Oh, well, you weren't asking a question, sir. The response
Come on
to thank
now.
you is you're welcome."
Not like the fuck. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna stare at you.
I know that's so wild. Like that is his fault.
Yeah, no, if someone did that to me, like I would be flabbergasted.
Yeah, I would be like not interested in going on a date with him because I think he's a serial
No.
killer, and
Yeah,
maybe
so
that's why she had a panic attack later.
perhaps.
I really liked in this one the like switching back and forth between like
Mm-hmm.
the 3 weeks ago and the present, because in the first one she kind of does that too at the very beginning, but it's not like consistently throughout. But I really liked that this one was like straight up like back and forth, back and forth. I thought that
Well, and I also feel like in the first book, like it could have just been one long flashback instead of the
yeah, we
back and
didn't
forth.
need the present at the beginning.
Like a lot of stuff didn't happen. Or I almost feel like she could have even just started the book at the beginning and then ended it with like present day.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could have just had like a timeline instead of going back and forth. Because at least with this one, it was one event that happened that led up to this. And like
Yes.
that's the story. With that one, it's just like, and he wrapped his arms around me and is like, is this okay? And I'm like, ew, like I'm
Yeah.
already not intrigued.
I
And now we're
know.
flashing back.
Yes, the prologue is rough on that one. I'm not gonna lie, but like this one, it played a big part in like the narration of the story.
Yeah.
So I liked it.
Agreed. The cat Killed me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just know that how that cat was staring at her when they walked in. I can picture it.
I can see it so vividly in my mind.
And that's
No,
amazing because I don't have a mind's eye.
no, the part that got me though, it was in the epilogue when she made the nasty ass croissants. And he's just like, oh yeah, delicious, whatever. And the cat comes up and he's like, no,
No,
don't
buddy.
do it.
Oh my God, yes. So this has to do with the cat. So like I did hate because we are going to like say this is probably our biggest bone to pick is like they were in the middle of a really spicy scene and then she starts having a little freak out panic attack and it really takes you out of it. It's really awkward and embarrassing.
It's terrible.
But his reaction did kind of make it worth it because he was like, I mean, you can help me put flea medicine on the cat instead. Like I don't want you to go home.
It's like, can you just stay here though? Like, we can find something else to do.
And I suggest that they give the cat his flea medicine. I fucking love that. That's
amazing. Why he's such an endearing person. We love a king who doesn't pressure women.
Yeah. I mean, it makes him, obviously, that's the bare minimum, but it does make him 10 times hotter because so many men refuse to do the bare
he's
minimum.
like, no, you said yes, and we're gonna do this.
Yeah, and that's disgusting, and you're a pig, and I hate you.
I would say, like,
man,
the one kind of ick about him is that he did show some insta love type feelings, and I don't love that.
No, I agree.
I want a man to be infatuated with me.
Infatuated,
but not necessarily in love with me immediately.
Yeah. He was all like, you know, pent up feelings or whatever in the elevator. And he was like, I'm basically like a second away from falling in love with you, or I might already be there. And I was like,
that's awfully fast, isn't it?
But let's rewind.
Emotions are very high in this elevator right now. And you've had a lot of yearning time, but you're not in love.
Yes. I do wish that line hadn't been in the book.
Yeah, no, I just want someone to be like obsessed, not in love.
Yeah,
is that too much to ask?
I know. Is that too much to ask? Asking my husband right now to stop being in love with me.
I want you to be obsessed with me.
Please. It's too much. It's suffocating. Also, we really feel that it was a missed opportunity. They like have this like really passionate like makeup, like they realize why they were fighting, and then they like they don't really make up though because she flees, and like instead
she's a runner.
Why not have makeup sex in the elevator while you're trapped?
Yeah.
Hello.
I would have even accepted
a makeout session,
some hate fucking, you know, like,
oh yeah.
Like, I think that would have been really cool to do.
Yeah. Or like a passionate makeout. They're about to like get it on and then the elevator
doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, she fucking like didn't touch him and then ran away. I was like, girly.
I was just like, damn, what was even the point of this?
Yeah. Like, what's the point of being trapped in an elevator if you're not going to be forced into banging? I don't understand.
Couldn't be me. I would have taken that opportunity so fast.
I would have climbed that tree.
Do you think there was well, no, the power was out, so it doesn't matter if there's cameras. They don't work.
Yeah. Besides,
they can't be the first people to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, just put your hand up and be like, don't look.
And he's so tall anyway, he could have reached.
See, we have it all figured out.
Come on, Ali.
But that kind of leads me into like the tropes. So like it's got the rom-com meet cute trope, which we said we love.
It's always good. It's always fresh.
Yeah. And then forced proximity in the elevator, but like, goddamn, did she kind of blow that one? I want to talk about the miscommunication trope though, because I liked it for once.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because the novella was so short that I didn't have the time to like get annoyed by it, but also the fact that like, because we talked about this, it's kind of more realistic than a normal miscommunication trope, because like the evidence was more like outlined, like, oh, here's the reason why she believed this, you know.
I also think because there was a third person involved in it. That's what made it more believable. Because normally it's just like something stupid happens, and like if they literally just asked a singular question, it could have been avoided.
Mhm.
Whereas with this, her boss is like, no, I dealt with these people before and they literally just scammed you. And it's like, what do you believe, the lady you've worked for 4 years, or the man that you just met?
And now you feel like taken advantage of in that moment. So like, yeah, like I totally get why it happened. So I think that's why I liked it. Because I was like, yeah. Like I'm a dramatic hoe as well. I also would have immediately jumped to conclusions.
That's the most exercise I get, is jumping to conclusions.
Oh no. Call me out. So that's the one time that it's been done well. So, you know, Miss Ali Hazelwood,
I'll give you that.
you done did it. You did the thing.
I'll give you that.
Lastly, there's just a praise kink throughout.
There's a praise kink, and it's so good. And I wish there had been more.
I know. Okay, that's the only reason I'm like, maybe this book could have been longer.
Because like that was beautifully done, and I love that. Oh man, I love that shit.
Yeah, this is the only sexy man that Ali Hazelwood has ever written.
Love that for him.
And he's blonde.
I'm taken aback. She's
here.
made me a true believer.
Yes, she did it. Honestly, she's done some groundbreaking work. She had the subtle asexual representation. She had made miscommunication work, and now a blonde man
who's attractive.
Yeah, like she did it. A blonde fictional man, I should say. There are plenty of real life blonde men.
Her literal husband is blonde.
Yes, and I'm in love with him, and I don't need to defend myself. Listen, I'm talking about book boyfriends only.
I've never loved a blonde.
Not real life.
Real life or in a book.
Listen, these are book boyfriends that we're talking about.
These are not real people.
Anyway.
But join us next week. We're going to be doing a Too Long Didn't Read of The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Hosseini? Is it Hosseini or Hosseini?
I think it's Hosseini, or I'm actually not sure.
Hosseini. We'll say that. It could be wrong. The Kite Runner, though, is one of my favorite books I ever had to read in high school.
Yeah.
So if you've got anything coming up at the end of this year and you need to write a last-minute report, we've got you covered.
It's so intense, but I'm telling you, it is worth the read. It's such a valuable piece of literature.
It's so good.
It'll be a real gear change from what we've been talking about.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be funny, and if it is, the joke was maybe made in poor taste. I don't know.
Don't expect to laugh next week. I don't know. We'll probably accidentally laugh anyway. But the week after that, we are wrapping up the STEMinist novellas with the third one, Below Zero by Ali Hazelwood. We're
truly saving the worst for last.
It's and you guys are gonna be like, wow, they're so dramatic, but there's literally one line that ruined our lives.
I think about it every other day.
Sometimes like that's so Raven having a vision meme.
Yes.
that's mine.
Oh, I was just shooketh to my core.
Yeah.
My timbers were shivered.
So get reading. We'll see you next time, and as always,
let's get lit.